Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. In the last video we created WhatsApp, we designed the app bar, we designed the colors, we designed the tabs and the tab pages. And so in this video going to finish up on the app bar and also include the camera tab in the app. So let's go on and do it. In the last video, this is where we left it at. So if you don't know what I'm talking about, please go and check out our first video. The link could be in the description, and yeah, you need to see that one before you see this, because there are some concepts I tackled in that video which will be required in this video. Okay, so first things first, we're going to define the search icon and the search icon button and the more icon button on the WhatsApp top right corner. So in your sliver app bar, after the bottom, just write actions and start defining the widget. It's an icon button, it's an icon button whose icon is a search icon. The icon color should be white. The icon's color should be white, and the unpressed listener for the button, let's just make it a blank method for now. We'll put there an action to be performed later on in this series. Let's place a tooltip which is a string. Let's call it search. Search button done. So we're going to define the more button, icon button, icons dot more underscore vert, whose color is white. Wrong spelling. Colors dot white. On pressed listener, the blank method, tooltip, more options. A tooltip is just a message that appears when a button is long pressed for like a second or so. So now we are done with it. So in the camera, for the camera part, just go to your files, go down into the pubspec.yaml file, double tap on it, and just under the Cupertino icons package, include the camera package. Right there, the Apple package. Right there, the camera package. Camera, then semicolon. It should be indented in line with Cupertino icons, in line with all dependencies. Yeah, that's in the pubspec.yaml. If you are on Android, go to your build.gradle file inside the app directory. Go to the app build.gradle and change your minimum SDK version from 16 to 21 so that you may be able to access the camera. Okay guys, let's go back to our main.dat. In our main.dat, we should retrieve a list of cameras when the app first loads. We should first retrieve the list of camera. So in this method, let's just cut this run app. Let's place opening and closing braces. Let's place the method right there. Let's make this method asynchronous. This is the method that runs from the file, that runs the whole app. So let's make the method asynchronous, and also let's import data sync, and also let's import the camera. After including the camera package in the pub.yaml, remember to get your packages. If you're on Visual Studio Code, just press Ctrl+Shift+P and search pub. You'll run this command. If you're on Android Studio or IntelliJ, it will be shown just on top of your pub.yaml. There will be a button to get the packages. So that's basically it. And yeah, let's define a list of cameras. List of type camera. Let's call it cameras. Just on top of the main method, define it. This main method, let's make it a feature, which is of type, which returns a void. List, this should not be a camera, it should be of type camera description. So after that, let's create a folder, let's create a file which is called the cameras file, and this is one of the ways that guys we use to separate the codes to make your code more organized. In your lib folder, just go create the file, and let's put it in a directory called tab pages, and let's call that file camera.dat. Okay guys, so in the camera.dat file, let's import the material package. Material.dat. Let's import the camera package. And finally let's import the main.dat, because we need to retrieve the camera list, which is defined in the main.dat file. Okay, let's define a stateful widget, STF. Let's call it camera tab page. Okay guys, I hope you're understanding, hope you're not confused. In the state, let's declare a camera controller. A camera controller is just enables us to get different properties of the camera, like the zoom and all things. So let's declare the camera controller, and let's create camera controller, and let's create let's override the init state. Init state is just the initial state, what will happen before the widget loads, the page loads. Let's assign the controller is equals to camera controller cameras 0 is the primary camera, cameras 1 The first camera 0 is the primary camera, camera 1 is the secondary camera, and so on. Let's define the resolution preset to be medium, and after getting the after this method, let's define a method first, controller. After getting the controller and assigning it to its value, let's initialize it. After initializing it, then should be a void. Just put an underscore there. An underscore means it's a void, opening braces. Then if it's mounted, if the camera is mounted, if the camera is not mounted, she'll return to avoid crashing the app. Else set state. What's wrong? Now here we need to define a method which will be used. We should define the opening and closing brackets. Okay, so everything looks nice. Let's override the disperse method so that if the controller is not being used, it might free up the memory. If the camera is not being used, let's dispose the controller. If the controller is not being used, let's dispose it to free memory. Controller, dispose. Okay guys, I hope you're getting what I'm doing. And in the widget.build, let's delete this container. If the controller is initialized, if the controller is initialized, let the camera be displayed. If it's not initialized, let's just display an empty container. So if exclamation mark controller dot value dot is initialized. If the controller is not initialized, this is an exclamation mark, guys. So yeah, if the controller is not initialized, just return a container which will be dark as usual. Else return aspect ratio, an aspect ratio, whose aspect ratio property will be the size of the controller, the size of the camera controller dot dot value dot aspect ratio, and its child should be a camera preview. Yes, its child should be a camera preview. Whose controller is the controller. And so guys, let's go back to the main.dat file let's declare the camera tab. In the tabs we defined in the last video, just add another tab on top of all the other tabs. Tab, let's give it an icon. Icon will be icons dot camera photo camera, and let's declare a tab page which will be a container, which will be the tab page will be the camera.dat file that we define. Let's import that file. Let's first put a comment. Import package WhatsApp Flutter, this project that we're doing. Tutorial. Tab pages camera.dat. So here the tab pages that we defined, on top of all other tab pages, let's include the camera. Let's include that tab page that we declare, camera tab page. This is the name, camera tab page. Let's copy that name, come here, just paste it, and guys, that's it. One more thing, in the default tab controller, you can declare the initial index to be 1, so that the chart the chart tab page should be the one that will be displaying first. Okay guys, I hope you get what I'm saying. So that when you launch the app for the first time, the charts page will be the one that loads first, not the camera page, which will happen when we run this app if we had not put this initial index. So running the app, this is what will appear. I already have the app run on my device, so let me open a visor so that you may be able to mirror. Okay, visor starting. Press F5 on your machine to start running the application on the device, and this is how it will appear on your device. So we have the status, we have the calls, the charts tab page, which is the initial index, and when I scroll to the camera, you'll see that the camera has been included. And so guys, that's it. See you in the next video, and peace out. Yay.